Tauruses, oh no, sorry. um, Cancers, oh my gosh. Cancers, how are you? Welcome into your monthly intuitive tarot reading. We are going to take a look and tap into your now energies to see what's happening in there and kind of what the potentialities of kind of future timelines, and then also any information and guidance that can help you follow your highest timelines, but also create more ease in your life. Right? That's what we use these tools for, is to become more aware of things that maybe we're not fully aware of, but also to help us to navigate the next now moment in a better way. And we are in the first full month of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. And, you know, we're well deep into 2026, and it's been already a crazy year. I really feel like we've been doing a lot of transformation in the first 3 months of the year. And now what I see kind of moving forward for the next few months, probably until July, is a lot of integration, getting a lot of clarity, and really seeing through anything that's been blocking us, right? That's what we've kind of been integrating. The trend I'm seeing for the reading so far is this Ace of Swords has been coming out. A lot of swords energy. So this is about really shifting how we're seeing things, how we're being in the monkey mind, getting out of the monkey mind, really understanding how the mind works. And the only way we can do that is really getting the truth about how we've been approaching life, how we've been stuck, and using that to our advantage to make change and to surrender more into life, because the mind has been getting in the way. We've been programmed as a collective to lead with our heads, to lead with logic, to lead and trust in information. But what we've done is disconnected ourselves from the very tools and compasses that we were born with, our innate, authentic self, our inner truth. And we really cut ourselves off from that. And that is the only space that we can truly navigate this reality in a way that's, again, going to be supportive of us. It's going to help us to reach our highest potential and to follow our highest timelines. But this collective has really programmed us because they don't want us on our highest timelines. Because when we're on our highest timelines, we're in our highest power. And we're able to navigate the false information. We're able to navigate the delusions in the matrix. But we've just been stuck in the matrix and seeing it as truth, when in reality, we need to start viewing it as it is, which is just like a theater going on, or a movie, and realizing that we have the power to shift and change. And the powers that be in the physical are definitely trying to cut us off from our power. So, Cancers, let's dig in. I'm going to use the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle first to get some foundational energies. Surrounded by prosperity, your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. I think what you're opening up to is the impossible, Cancers. You're starting to realize that what can happen is beyond what you thought was possible. And there is prosperity that is intended for you, and you're learning how to tap into that. Disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. This is huge. This is another big message that's been coming up for me as well, is this true meaning of what it means to surrender to life and to disengage from expectations, from outcomes, because that is actually where you have the most power. And that's where you open up the impossible. Because usually our monkey minds and our small, our belief systems really shrink us to only believing that there's certain potentialities that are even possible for us. And we're kind of, again, we're reprogramming ourselves. We're clearing belief systems that have blocked us. Polite declaration: you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It's time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So big about finding your power this month, Cancers, and setting boundaries in a way that you're doing it in a way that's respectful of others, but you're loving yourself, and you're moving in the direction you want to move in. You're going towards the things you want, towards your dreams, changing, maybe completely doing a pivot in your life in certain areas. And it's like, there might be people that, may not agree or may try and stop you. But this is what you were born to have and to claim. And as long as you stay in alignment and stay in your power and do it respectfully, you can have it and you can do it. And just because other people are still stuck in their limiting beliefs or don't feel safe, you can still have your freedom and power and still have love and connection. All right, let's look at the tarot cards here. So you have the Moon first. So there is a lot going on that's coming up from the unconscious mind. And you have the Six of Swords. You are moving in a good direction here, Seven of Cups. This is really interesting. These cards, the Gemini reading I just did had the same exact cards. So if you have any Gemini in your chart, I would take a look at that reading. But what's happening is you're moving forward from a place of unconsciousness, of your unconscious stuff leading the way. That's how you've been navigating life, is very unconsciously, but you're now through more consciousness and clarity, you're able to realize, oh, I can apply what I'm learning and change and shift how my life flows and opens up, and it can happen in a way that's a lot easier. I can have a life that's a lot easier than what it used to be, because it was all about perspective and how my mind viewed things, and it created more challenge. It created more roadblocks. And now look at this, and this Seven of Cups, like this is like the confusion is finally clearing. And in this card, you see that Alice is looking around at all these different cups like, wow, like I didn't know this was possible. I didn't know I could have all this. And that's exactly what the Oracle is saying too. Seven of Wands. So we have a 6 to the 7s. 2 of Pentacles at the heart of the reading. And the Hanged Man. It's funny, I heard you're getting the hang of this. You're starting to learn. How do I learn? There's this learner's mind too that's been coming up as a theme. Like people are learning now how to, I'm learning all this. I'm integrating. I'm being rebirthed. Okay, now I'm trying to apply this, right? I've been learning a lot, but now the true test is how can I apply this in my life to actually shift my life and not stay stuck in the old patterns or the old, lack of abundance or the old, relationship dynamics that didn't fulfill me, all these things. So you're getting the hang of it. And that's kind of what I see at the heart of this Two of Pentacles. It's like, you know what? It's almost to the way in this deck that he's kind of, it's like he's standing on a tightrope, like, he's imbalanced, but he's learning um, he's kind of learning how to navigate this. And it's kind of interesting because that's not typical of the Two of Pentacles, but that's what I'm picking up on this for you, Cancers. And there's, to me too, this unconscious stuff has kind of left you in this constant state of like, I have to be on the offense or I have to be on the defense all the time. Like life is coming at me in a way that it's like I feel always threatened, or I feel like, you know, I can't just trust, I can't have ease, like I'm always on this guard. And that's kind of also what I'm picking up from this Seven of Wands. And it's because of there's this perspective and these beliefs that have kind of always kept you in that mode. It's kind of interesting, like the same themes have really been strong for April, really, really been strong. And this is about seeing things in a new perspective now. Because the Hangman is really about enlightenment. And you're shifting out a distorted perspective into seeing things as they truly are. And in this deck, he's tied to this clock. And I also feel like there's this constraint or this delusional perspective of like this essence of time. Like there's always this timetable, or you're feeling like, oh my God, the time is running out, or I don't have time, or you know what, it's too late for something. There's some message about that I think life is telling you it's not too late. Like you can have whatever you want. Ace of Wands. Judgment, that's also been coming up. A wake-up call in the Six of Wands. There is a big wake-up call. This is similar to Gemini again, the Gemini reading, but you're finally, like, there's a fire being lit under you that's really fueling your passion and your drive and excitement to really move forward in a new way, or to do something that you've really, maybe in your heart of hearts, have really wanted and have been, just have so much passion about. And it's like, there is a crossroads here where there could be a decision with that Two of Pentacles too, like, what do I do here? But the universe is opening up a path for you to have what you want. But are you going, the only way you can actually go down that path though is you have to shift. You have to shift your perspective. So the old you in your distorted kind of viewpoint would maybe not even see this as a path or an opportunity. You might have just would have completely missed this path that the universe is trying to get you to see, but now you're seeing it. And now if you choose, you're not choosing out of fear, and you're not choosing out of, oh God, you know, is this just, you know, life playing a trick on me? You now have a lot of support here and people cheering you on, but you're going to be able to be successful in this. There is victory here for you if you follow the path, but you need to first really dig into what you really want and clear out any distorted perspective so that you can see things as they open up and not be afraid to do things differently. What's the Moon about? Ace of Swords in reverse. This is like a lot of confusion. This is not seeing things clearly. And the Moon energy is essentially the strongest energy of distortion. Because in the dark, when you're in the total dark, you're not able to see things as they are, right? And sometimes the moonlight can kind of make you think something is there, or is like you're seeing the truth. In reality, it's not really what's happening. And I think, again, this has really distorted how you see things, and you haven't been clear. There's been a lot of confusion, and like, again, you're, and maybe it's a resistance to actually seeing the truth. because seeing the truth means you have to face the truth. And maybe that's something you haven't want to face. You haven't been wanting to face. This also could be about speaking your truth, that you haven't been speaking your truth. What's the Two of Pentacles, Hangman? Four of Wands. Really making decisions or uncertain about what you want in your life. What type of relationship do you want? Do you want to stay in a relationship? Is this really, the thing you really want? Because then you have the Lover. So there definitely could be something about indecision about a choice or a decision in regards to love, relationship, or just like something in your life, personal. That's more personal, not work related. Judgment. The Chariot. Yeah, it's like Eight of Pentacles. So life is really trying to have a wake-up call here, so that it's like you've been saying, like, why haven't things happened? Why am I stuck? I want things. Why aren't things coming in for me? That's the Chariot, and the universe wants to support this, but there has to be some sort of wake-up call. I also feel like potentially there could be a crossroads or an opportunity for you, and it's like, don't hesitate. As soon as this opportunity, go for it. This could also be tied to work here. So there's kind of two things happening. It could be that like your work situation has been holding you back from really going after what you want from a relationship standpoint, or a move or location here, or vice versa. Or it could be a relationship that's been like holding you back from going after what you really want to do. So there's something there about that where they're tied, but one of them is kind of holding you back from the other. So this is what's going to kind of free yourself in April of around this, whatever, one or the other. And I think you need to trust that maybe you've been afraid of actually making this change, or because of you feel like maybe it won't work out or something like that. But with the Six of Wands, it's saying that it will. You're going to have success here. Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords. Yeah, getting very clear on what you really want. Going after what you really want. And going after it with excitement, with passion, with gusto. You're not holding back your excitement or your passions anymore. And you're not going to hold yourself back from experiencing these things because of people or relationships or work. So you're really going after. So big things this month, Cancer, for you guys. Big things. If you're willing to take the leap of faith here and go after your dreams. So I'm going to pull one last I Ching card for a closing message for Cancers. All right, so it is the Disruption Mountain Over Wind card. There is disorder. There is an opportunity to fix the situation by righting wrong ideas and attitudes. You need strength of character and decisive action, but first figure out where the source of disorder is. When you've identified it, work quickly. This is exactly what your reading is saying here. This is about getting out of indecisiveness as well. Like, what do I do? Having fear or uncertainty. The Moon. I'm not clear. I'm holding back my truth. But now, whatever disorder is being identified, and you're finding your strength and courage, Wands energy, to go after